Tegyünk egy kísérletet! Szólítom Váradi Zsolt! Váradi Zsoltot, a VIV alapítóját, az elmúlt hetek egyik vezérszó... Takarodj! Orbán! Takarodj! Orbán!
This is unclear, and we've been trying to find out. We've been calling for negotiations to clarify issues with the government for 6 weeks. The President of Hungary has asked the government to have negotiations, some discussions with us. The European Parliament has done the same, etc., etc. Yet no such negotiations have happened so far. We've had some discussions with members of the Parliament, but unfortunately they could not answer any of our questions regarding what is the problem, how we can change, what is the actual problem that we need to address, rather than they also couldn't really explain to us how exactly to interpret the legislation that they passed. So, as always, we're still not quite sure about that. First they said that we're not operating legally, but the CEU is operating legally, and once we persuaded them about that, or once we presented evidence about that, they backed off and they started to argue that the CEU is a phantom university. Then we got support from the whole wide world, telling the government that we're a wonderful academic institution supported by 30 Nobel Prize winners, 650 universities, etc. So again, that became not a particularly persuasive piece of evidence. So then they moved on to say that we're part of a network of foreign agents, etc. So it is again unclear what exactly the actual problem is. What is clear is that this is not an academic issue, this is a political attack against a US institution in the center of Europe.
They're saying that NGOs are attacking the government and attacking the country, and the NGOs would like to let refugees and asylum seekers in the country who would flood the country, and that NGOs are not transparent, which is also not true. Actually, this is called fake news, because these NGOs are transparent and they already have registered at court, and these NGOs are already submitting each and every year an annual report on who are funding them and what are they spending their donations on. The government is trying to exclude or stigmatize these NGOs as enemies of the government or enemies of the state.
This government always needed an enemy which is far away, not strong enough to fight in this place, but they can make people believe they are fighting and they are just defending the country. It was before the IMF, for example. It was before the bureaucracy in Brussels. It was before the foreign-owned banks. They had to make a war. And since the last few years, the new enemy is Soros. The Polish government promised to the Hungarian government they will defend them. And there will be at least one vote in the council. The Polish government has a veto in this story, and I think they will defend Orbán.
I think it's really useful, but I think it's not enough. I think people have to act. People have to be active citizens, And that's where NGOs have a really crucial role. We have a really important role in this, that people themselves have to solve this democratic crisis that we are right now in Hungary. So it's not enough that all the member states will say that Hungary should not behave like that. I think people should say that we have a say, we are pro-EU, we are pro-our society, we are pro-democracy, and we would like to change.
Szólítom Váradi Zsoltot, a Viva!